All right, I spent this morning reading more of This Is How You Lose the Time War. As always, spoilers. I'm going to be talking in depth. We haven't gotten to the plot yet. Really, I only read to like 46, yeah. So we're just going from 22, sorry, here we go, 22. My lighting isn't great, is it? 22 to 46. So I guess I'll just jump in. This is the first, so this is right after the second letter from Blue. So this is, Red has responded to Blue, Blue was responding back to Red. So we're still pretty early in the relationship here. All right, so different pilgrims again. This whole section, oh yeah, I remember looking at this and being like, she's coding, but it's using the genetic code, so that's not fun. And then we got OG versus industrial. Last time I kept saying tech. Industry, that's the word I was looking for. It's industrial. There we go. I did get kind of note happy here this time around. So we'll talk about some of this. All right. Digital versus OG, malware versus an actual virus of some kind. And then down here, I was like, what are these people? Are they cyborgs? I think they might be cyborgs, guys. Twitching limbs like surf lapping. I feel very uncomfortable about that description. Amuses Blue to no end. Cliche. Yeah, like Red before devotion to their god. Yeah, so that was that moment where I was like, it's actually kind of cool that Red is talking to their gods in the way that they talk to them. And then Blue ends up doing the same thing here. So that's kind of fun. Macintosh versus Siri. The writers are just being kind of cute with that. I also mentioned the 1984 ad. I don't think that's actually accurate, but that is where my mind went. And I think that kind of connection is interesting to think about. Like, what am I thinking about while I read, right? Hypotenuse of a right triangle. I immediately thought of that scene in the Holy Grail, right, with Tim. Or no, it's the bridge keeper after Tim, where he starts asking them riddles, and he's like, what is the air flight speed of the common European swallow? That's what this reminded me of, but it's not really that. And then Blue is very clever. She responds with absolute nonsense from Lewis Carroll. So this is the poem that shows up in Through the Looking Glass, which, oh shit, I can't remember the name of it right now, but you know the one, or at least you should, and you should look it up if you don't. Ontario sucks. I still don't know what this says. I think that must be relating to a song of some kind, because when they say, as the prophets say, I feel like it's usually a song that they're referencing from our era. Okay, and I didn't really talk about anything here. So this is the second letter from Red. So Red responded to Blue, or no, so we got Blue's letter, then Red responded, Blue responded back. This is like when their correspondence is actually starting to happen. Yeah, so one thing that I think I was confused about is, like, Red talks about this at some point. I know I made a note about this. Yeah, where they talk about, like, the differences between their two worlds. Maybe it's right here. So Blue is the plant one. Yeah, that was it. I was like, I'm pretty sure that one of them's organic and one of them's more industry tech. And I for some reason up until this point, I thought Blue was the organic one, but it's Red. Red is the plant one, and Blue is the tech one. So like I don't know what this is. I looked this up, and they do use this kind of radiation to do plant imaging. Like they use it to make good like botanical illustrations of the structures of plants, but I don't know what that's supposed to mean, so that kind of made me sad. And yeah, so a question worth asking. And then this comes up later, like I know one of them does have a queen, one of them has a queen, and then the other has like an emperor, I guess. Those agents are busy, else it would be a waste of time, huh? Because they're time travelers. And it gets mentioned here, I think. Like, we don't really know about this until now. How long between things? She's played this role for at least a decade, and then that comes up again later. Do I address you? You could leave me for 5 years. I think it's actually up here. Like, this letter talks a lot more about it. Like, that they're doing these things for a very long time. Like, I don't know how much time they're spending between things. It could be centuries, maybe. You steal these poor people's god. Oh, like, it's nice that they care. She calls it a paradise and has a gleam. I don't know if it seems like that to me. Quantum decomposition, random number generators. That's pretty funny. And then, like, trust their food printers. Like, this world is weird, whatever this world is. And it's nice that that's one thing that the book does over and over again when you have the two authors, like, responding to each other. The worlds that they come up with are actually pretty fun and innovative, and I like that we're only getting this, like, quick snapshot of it, because I think it would start to fall apart if they spent too much time on each one. But getting just these, like, really quick snapshots of each world gives them a lot of room to illustrate what they like, a new world that they don't really care about, they don't really want to spend time with, but just that creation process is kind of fun. And then, yeah, your mission's objective is in another castle. So that, and, like, the random number generators. Like, remember at the first video, it's like, it's kind of video gamey. It's pretty freaking video gamey. Like, it references things that only gamers or people who interact with gamers like me, because I'm not really a gamer, are aware of and know about and joke about and use within our lexicon, and references for each other. It's just like an inside joke, but it's not really inside anymore. It's kind of just our entire culture. Yeah, that's what that is. And there's that essay that I really like, Your Princess is in Another Castle, is an essay that I reference all the time. It's kind of old now, but it's important, especially when you're talking about male gamers. Like, I don't think they're referencing that, but it made me think of it, especially that we have 2 women as the main characters in this, or people who identify as women. Yeah, okay, so Trees Fall. This was kind of fun, that we're back on Earth, I think. And yeah, because they mentioned Genghis Khan later on. Roman, but this is actually the Mongols, and they did the similar thing. And that's just like, this is real Earth history. This is things that I think people should know about, that there were empires that did this, where they were like, you can do whatever you want as long as you play a part of our machinery, right? Undo the knot of the city. I do like that. Oh, and I should mention, so, like, we kind of talked about my my list here. So the other thing that I often do when I'm reading is I will start making just lists of page numbers where something interesting was said. So this is from this week. And I have to say, I have to point this out, like, the number of empty pages in this book. Like, here's an empty page, and I've got all of these pages that I can use. And then there's more in the front. Like, look at all of this space. Normally I have to, like, cram around these kinds of things, because, like, books don't have anything else. So, like, there's all this space around. I am so used to using that space that I, like, didn't even think to look back here. Look at all that. I'm so excited. And there's, like, random pages in between, too, that I can use. And then, like, the margins, like, look how much space there is in these margins. And between, like, I love that I can do this. Where did I do it? Like, that I can write in between the lines is so great. Like, I love that. I think I just did it today. I know I said, like, cliche somewhere. Oh, whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though, because I've done it before. But yeah, there's so much space. It's great. I love how much room there is to write. It's so great. So more book publishers, please give me those margins, give me these empty pages in the back. Like, I need those. Like, the reason I'm buying a physical copy is because I want that space. Okay, so anyway, I need to get through a couple more here, so let's hurry up. It says a lot about her. Yeah, I like that is important, actually. I wish, I didn't get my pen again. I need to go get a pen. Hang on, sorry, I'll fix it. Okay, I got a pen. So yeah, I'm gonna actually mark this. I think I'll start this as a new, sorry, I have to adjust my legs. I'll start a new list. So red character. I think I'll put it up here actually because I kind of started this already. So red 33. Page 33. Like need for tech, right? That's pretty much what's going on there. All right, cool. Oh yeah, this whole part, I really liked this. Like, I mean, it's that mindfulness quality. Oh, we should talk about like later on. Yeah, like this is blue, I think. Blue's the tech one. No, blue's the plant one. I think this is actually red. Yeah, this is red. Red 3. Now I want pancakes. Like the way that she's talking about food here and her interest in food. And then right here too, just like, I found that really, like, just the way that they're describing it, like that is the strength of these authors, I think, is their descriptions of things. Plumjackery. Oh, that's great. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. I kind of want to go quickly because, oh yeah, she slides splinters into her fingers. Oh my god. Like, is that just her? Like, oh, sorry, you can't see it. Like, why would you do this to yourself? I think it's just like so much emotions, I guess. Right? Oh, and this one had a bunch of quotes here. All of this stuff. And there was some later on too that I was like, these are great things that are, yeah, there's a kind of time travel in letters. Sorry, I'm not right there. There's so many like little quotes, you can see all of these things that I mentioned. But okay, I'm kind of getting tired now, so I think I'm going to stop here. But that's kind of the general gist of how I was feeling in these past couple of chapters, is we are getting blue and red, their relationship is expanding, they're starting to question the power structures and the lifestyles. Like, that was one thing that I really liked about this last letter. You asked me to tell truths. I have. Understanding, exchange, victory. Like, they are starting to like get to know each other, but they're still doing it within this framework of being enemies, being on opposite sides of a war that neither of them really want to be in, but it's just the way it is for them. And there is this conversation about how much time they have to spend when they're on assignment. That was one of the things that came up in the letters in this section. I like that idea. I like that we're getting farther into this relationship. So yeah, I'm going to stop there for now. I'll check back in the next time I do this, probably another week. I'm not spending a lot of time on this right now, but I'll keep on doing this. All right, thanks. I'll see you next time.